a British government that paid £3 billion. So it's not the London municipality that paid, because they know that if London dies, UK will die. But they were able to sensible and do that. The same thing happens in New York and the United States of America. So I agree with you totally. Engineers, they really the quality of the road. Well, be careful. It seems to me that you are going around collapsing areas. You need to be very, very careful. But it was serious. When you mention that the truth is, and I'm surprised that you say that. I need to see your face actually. I'm surprised you say that because you are an engineer. Adebola fine. Adebola is just awarded. See, there is a difference between. Wait now, you said so. Adebola is not. So what you saw, and that's why I said I'm surprised. I'm disappointed because as an engineer, there are two different. So if a road is bad, you can go there and say, well, let's just patch it up. That's not a reconstruction because Adebola, Soya, Brown. So what the local government did was to go there and say, well, the quality of this road is bad, let's just go and patch it up. When they patch up a road, it's not going to last for a year. It's not. So what they did was not to reconstruct the road, they did a palliative work. You understand? So there are two different things. Like I told you, if you go there now, Adebola, Soya, Brown, and the rest are just awarded. And it's awarded to a company called Icon. So you cannot go there. So there is a major difference. On the road, this particular road unfortunately you did say the names, I'm not sure. We should bother, a lot of things you said, there are some elements of truth there. That's why you also said that when the look, again, it's, when we talk to ourselves, we must also realize the reality of our country. Let me give you this. Because you complain now, but we are not addressing the real issue in this country. I'm sorry. You have a budget, 100% for Nigeria, 100. So let's look at 100. Federal government takes 56% of that budget. 56. Then there is 1% for the federal capital territory. Now, who runs federal capital territory? It's not federal capital. So that's 57. Then there is 2% for ecology. That's 59. Run, administered by who? So you say a lot of money. What is that lot of money? So if you want to buy sand, so take us for that, for example, that we are doing. We will need 1 million cubic meters of sand. Now, if you don't know what that means, if you have 1 meter, this is 1 meter, like this, and then you want to fill it by half a meter, so, and it's this, it will go from Lagos to Sokoto and come back 4 times. That's 1 million cubic meters of sand. So, tell me how much that costs to do the road like that. That is lot 2 from Maza to Kokomai, not from Bode Thomas. So you want to look at the whole stretch, probably need 2 million sand. Where do you even get this sand? To dredge? You get in a country where we don't have light. You need diesel. So to say that our local government, we are not addressing the issue. Are we truly a federation? Those are the issues that we need to answer. Because like the Yoruba say, I'm sorry. Well, remember, today, when we do roads, the chairman of public works is also here. We also use diagnosis, okay, to enhance the way the materials are there to them. However, it doesn't matter what material you use. What is important is that when you go outside this country, notice, don't go as a visitor. See what is happening. How many areas, say in London, Dubai, America, do you see all those oil tankers flying in the road? So it doesn't matter the material you use. The absolute load on our road is sinful. It is sinful. That is, we move all our goods on the road instead of rail. So in other parts of the world, you move your goods on rail. Because there is a limit to how much you can actually design the road. You cannot design an everlasting road. It's a diminishing asset. And that's where it has a bearing cost What's the essence of planning cost? It will wear away. And that's why there is nowhere in the world where they don't maintain roads. So the essence is, as a nation, we must have a way to move the major goods. So that we take away all those tankers from the north. Look at, if you go to Apapa, go and look at the roads. If you fix them today with concrete, in a year's time, because they back there. In order to enter the port, it takes them an hour to process a trailer. So if there are 40 of the last 40 hours, that they will just stay there. So it's the logistics of how we manage various assets. And that's why we are saying that as a state, we hope we can take down the port from another. We manage it better. That's the truth. We manage it better because you can pack and use IT to call them when you need them. And then they just come in. And then doesn't have to wait on the road and destroy the road. So, as you know, asphalt and water don't mix. Asphalt and diesel, they don't like each other, or petrol. So, majority of these tankers, they repair, or trailers, they repair their trucks on the road. So, it doesn't matter whether you're researching or that uses it. It is the way we use our roads. So, when you also mentioned, you said something.
To say to all of us that it is indeed very important for me to recognize that best for time. I'd like to quickly recognize and welcome the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Ayofani Moko. Welcome you. The representative of the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineers, to welcome you to the representative of all the sister divisions of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We welcome you. The Honorable Commissioner Wednesday that it is 0705 105. invite Engineer Obafemi to please make the presentations.
Present the award for the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Managing Director of Custom. Please present this to the Lagos State Governor, at least for
Excellency, and I, on behalf of the National Chairman of the Nigerian Ministry of Sports, present to His Excellency, Mr. Obafemi Hamza, son, through your humble servant, this plaque of appreciation named 2012 State Award. The recognition of His Excellency's excellent performances on the road and social development in the state, dated this week's day of July 2012. Thank you very much.
that is Engineer Engr Obafemi. I think it's the current, the world president of Lion, I think the current president of the Lions Club, Mrs. Yemisi, Engineers Yemisi, Engineers Yemisi, that's your name, Hamza. Please come here. Come and join your husband, Akale and Kosi. We didn't comment that time. We didn't make a comment about that statement. What function? Take care of the lecturer, both day and night. You won't go back to work to I don't do this job alone. I have somebody that we do this presentation. Where is he? My former special advisor, my former public secretary, was my director, my chair, everything while I was in service. In person of my in-law, Engineer Lana Odutola, to present this engineer to engineer. I have the opportunity now to say whatever I like.
On behalf of the Nigerian Center of Engineers, no doubt, Engineer Dr. Engr Obafemi Hamza has been a distinguished person in terms of getting a total hold on any assignment that he has to do. And the lecture today has also distinguished him further. If you call him a civil engineer today, you will not be wrong at all. But he has told us today that an agric engineer is also an engineer, and he has confirmed that he is a round peg in a round hole. I take it as a special privilege that I'm happy to, I will give this to you, madam. I've been looking forward to it. I've also been encouraging him to bring you home. And it's a busy that I'm going to for now. For waking him come up and start to talk to you, you'll be the person to collect this. This is being given to you as on the occasion of the 2012 Distinguished Lecture by your husband. And I hope you still keep on doing the good work between over the years. Yeah. And Madam, thank you very much. Good work to everyone.
Inside. All right. Sir, Alaja. Ẹjọ́ wáyà. Ẹjọ́ kan tó tù. Okay.
I was opportune to go through his thesis.
Look there, sir. It will be, sir.
500 pages.
It's all right.
Your PhD thesis, I saw it.
It will be, sir.
440 pages.
It will be, sir.
Electrical, mechanical, agri, civil.
All right.
And we have a surprise to the lecturer. I want to use the opportunity to send two of you to the governor. One question was coming up there right now about road in local government. Now we have sent too many members to the government. A round bench will be put in a round road. The council engineers, some of the council engineers are not engineers. Please correct this. You can hope the engineers have a tail to pull. Then you put the tailor to do the work of the carpenter. The result.
On behalf of the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, I present to you Engineer Dr. Obafemi Hamza for your diligence, hard work, and responsiveness. Congratulations.
Thank you, the governor. Thank you, the governor, for being careful. You have to respond. You have to be careful. Be careful. You have to respond.
So please make our remarks, and we will say before you make those remarks, ma'am, that we're in deep honor by your presence. Your Excellency, ma'am, I would like to invite
Civil engineer, chairman, the lecturer and awardee of today, our royal fathers, Kábíyèsí o, Kádé pẹ́ lórí kí bàtà pẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀, káṣí pẹ́lẹ́nu. Members of Lagos State Executive Council, they are present. Permanent secretaries, and our distinguished engineers, who are also members of this association or institution, so to speak. Our brothers and sisters from our various institutions here present. Very distinguished invited guests. Of course, women who are well dressed in our blue attire. I recognize you. And of course, the members of Lagos State Art and Culture. Art and Culture. Anyway, you treat us with your dancing steps, and we are carried away anyway. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, let me appreciate the gesture of the Nigeria Institute of Civil Engineers for this wonderful gesture given to and recognition given to the governor of Lagos State and one of us, the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure. Today's event also gave us an insight of what road infrastructure will do to our life, individually, collectively, as a nation and as a state. The importance of road infrastructure, as well as the advantage that we can derive from road infrastructure. And I must particularly appreciate the guest lecturer. I call him one of our own, my brother, who has distinguished himself for hard work, very, very reliable, very responsible, and very, very You see, one thing is to give you assignment to do, or you take advantage of something. We call that opportunity. And with every opportunity, there are a lot of responsibility. And that the way you handle and important to attach to that responsibility is what matters. We may aspire to be one thing or the other, but how are we ready? How ready are we to attach importance to that opportunity that comes to our way? And I must be frank with you that Dr. and now Engineer Obafemi Hamza is one of our very responsible members of the cabinet of Lagos State. Again, I'm passionate. You have passion to what you do, then in no less time you see results of what you do. And I must say that day in, day out, we learn more new things and how to improve on what we are doing. People commend Lagos State government in many ways. And like the governor normally say, that men and women are doing the job. And we appreciate the leadership role of our governor, the governor of Lagos State. When you have a good driver, the job will be smooth. And I'm sure you agree with me. Again, I believe Lagosians will not forget that some years back we normally have potholes in our road. That has gone now, and we don't pray for it to come back. I will agree with you to some extent. Technology can make it happen. You can trade from there to everywhere. So if you decide to dredge, then also I can get to Abuja in Lagos State. And the policy thrust of Lagos State government is poverty eradication for sustainable economic growth through infrastructural renewal and development. You can see the collaboration. And that is why we have tailored a program towards infrastructural renewal. The commissioner have just told you that we have almost done the section of the highways, though we still have some to be concession. But there is need for us to go to inner city roads. And that led to the award of 157 roads that we did early this year. And very soon, by December, you will see the road completed and they will be handed over to the community. Again, when we do road infrastructure, it will save lives, it will add value, it will promote goods and services, and again, it will create jobs. It will invite foreign investors and reduce time to do business. There are many ways we can, a lot of things that we can enjoy from road infrastructure. And we cry day and night that we don't have jobs. And I can see my brothers and sisters from my left side, right side, those that in the next couple of years, they'll become professionals. How well have we prepared them? What is the future hope for them? By providing road infrastructure, they get job to do. And we call on state and federal government of Nigeria to make use of this brain to intensify efforts in providing job opportunity for our communities. Again, I want to say, as part of the question raised, that there should be a synergy between some of our institutions, LASU and Maryland, the College of Technology, to have a sort of partnership and collaboration with Lagos State Ministry of Infrastructure, Works and Infrastructure for IT, at least to be able to know what is going on. Because if there's any government that is investing on road infrastructure in this country, it's Lagos State. So there will be need for us to transfer the knowledge, to develop the skill of these young people for their tomorrow. The engineers in this room are getting old by the day. Either they like it or not, they will retire from active service and they will have to pass them on to the younger ones. How far have you prepared them? There's need to develop them maximally, build their potential. Let them see outside the classrooms what needed to be done, so that what we are putting in place today will be developed by them maximally, and they will be able to build on it. And I'm sure the relevant authority will see the need for them to have a synergy between our institutions and the government of Lagos State Ministry of Works, Infrastructure, as well as physical planning and urban development. Let me also intimate the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers to also be an advisor to government of Nigeria, the governors of the states and federal and the national government. We have this body to advise the government on the status of our roads. Don't leave it to them alone. And I believe that you advise to them if a road is failing, especially the highways. Go it's a duty to advise, to alert them right through your organization to let them know that this road is not safe. I believe doing this will save more lives. We lost life by the day due to bad roads. And it's your responsibility to advise government that this road needs repair urgently from Lagos State. And we promise that we will continue to improve on infrastructural development on road, rail, water, like we have been told, another infrastructure that will make Lagos State a state of our dream. I thank you for listening to me.
Society of Engineers. And I'd like to say that the National Civil Engineering Conference will be held in Oshogo by October. The precise date will be announced later. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually come to the end of this ceremony. I'd like to now invite Alawa to please step forward and move the
Your Excellency, Governor of Lagos State, duly represented by Mrs. Adejoke, the guest lecturer, Dr. Hamza, our royal fathers, like present, standing on the existing protocol. I want to thank everybody here present for honoring our invitation and for being patient with us throughout the program. Particularly, I want to thank the Excellency for taking so much time to stay with us. I want to thank the guest lecturer for the incisive paper he has presented. I want to assure you that all civil engineers present will engage themselves in detailed study of the paper and ensure that everything that passes on to us and utilize the program. Our royal fathers of the day, thank you for your presence. My brother, Engineer Victoria, who is there representing the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, thank you for your presence, thank you for your time. All members of the EXCO of Lagos State Government are present. We thank you very much for your presence. My senior colleagues, our indefatigable engineer Shubilawa, thank you. I can see Engineer Osebena in the camp. Thank you very much. We thank everybody. Our upcoming professional engineers, civil and mechanical, we thank you all. We are indeed very grateful. You have made our day, and it's a prayer that God in Symphony Mercy will always stand by you in your own way of needs, and we perfect all that concerns you. Thanks and God bless.
Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Architect Peter, who will do the closing prayer. Thereafter, we will have, please go first. Thereafter, we will have music, or we can excuse Her Excellency before that.
Thank God for giving us today. We started, we were heading very well. We all enjoyed it. We hope that you give us the grace to give all the benefits of this lecture, and that you also believe in go up, we get to our destination, we get to our destination safely, and by the time you do this, we will organize next year. We all still believe and fight.
Please, while your sister name will take the national anthem. into the national anthem. 1, 2. Arise, O compatriot, Nigeria's following, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never leave vain. To serve without command, one nation bounding freedom, peace and unity. Thank you so very much for being here. I'd like to invite the Bishop Mushataya. Please pray.
Construction of maintenance.
Every communication even more easier, even like trading, like we just had a lecture and all kind of things. So it makes it more easier for us to move around all these roads, there's nothing much we can actually do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
When we award a road, we at the same time award the maintenance, especially of the road infrastructure. The road is not complete without, for example, the street lights. How do you light it and everything? And then that's why we also have the public road. So let's say if you build a road that's supposed to last for 15 years, after 10 years you start to see wear and tear. We move in our public works to plan maintenance. So it's a plan, it's a strategy. So when you build, for example, when you build this building, you must think of the furniture inside and how often do you change those furniture. So it's part of the planning, and that's what we do a lot in Lagos. So basically, I just hope that everybody can copy that.
What you did mention earlier concerning the Lagos expressway. What is on ground now that we have a forum because the 5 governors are looking into how they can improve the road?
Well, I mean, they are talking at that high level. Like I said, there's supposed to be an inauguration of a steering committee. Yeah, we take a look at it. The inauguration was to take place on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I think somebody in the ministry, somebody passed on. They have to, out of respect. So they are working on it at the high level, and then when it gets to our level, we'll be in the steering committee, we'll be able to now talk more authoritatively. As it is now, as you know, the governors spoke to the president to make sure that, just to make sure something happened on that. So when it gets to us, we'll be able to have more information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.